it's Dave at No Recipe Required, and tonight I'm going to take a fairly classic combination, broccoli and cheddar. At least a classic combination to get kids to eat their broccoli. Frankly, to get me to eat my broccoli as well. I'm going to make a flatbread pizza out of it after just blanching off the broccoli, get it just a little bit tender, chop it up really fine, mix in the cheddar cheese along with maybe some sauteed onions. It actually makes a very, very tasty and delicious flatbread pizza topping. You take that pizza, throw it in the oven for just 7 or 8 minutes at super high heat, like 450 or so, and you've got an awesome pizza that is great as a meal, maybe a little side salad, or cut it up and go ahead and serve it as like appetizers or finger food at a party. Go ahead, leave me a comment if you do it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your ideas are for recipes. I'd love to incorporate them in. I publish something new every single week, so make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up and see what I'm doing. Love to share what I'm doing. Love to hear back from you and know what you're doing. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get cooking our broccoli cheddar flatbread. What I'm going to do to add a little bit of sweetness to the flatbread is actually caramelize some onions here. I've got a kind of a half an onion sliced nice and thin. Throw it in a pan with some olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then just cook this down until they're brown, nice and tender. Probably going to take about 15 or 20 minutes. And while this is going, or you can do it ahead of time, we're going to do the same thing with our broccolini and just get that cooked nice and soft. Okay, so our onions, nice and brown, you see that? Woo, very nice. They're tender, they're sweet, they're nice, unctuous, absolutely delicious. What I've got here is a little bit of broccolini. I'm going to go ahead and add that. We'll cook it right in here. The other day somebody asked me broccolini, why broccolini? I don't know, that's what I grabbed. Go ahead and grab broccoli, grab whatever you want. It's all going to work just fine. You're going to go ahead and get it in there. I'm going to throw a little bit more olive oil in there just because my pan's a little dry. And you want to just cook the broccolini, or broccoli, down to where it is nice and tender. Not too long or it's going to lose that green color. So maybe 5 to 7 minutes or so. Go ahead and start tasting it at the 4-minute mark. And once it's al dente, kill the heat, and we'll essentially be good to go with most of our topping for our broccoli and cheddar flatbread pizza. So our broccoli and onion have finished cooking. I'm going to throw it in a bowl, let it cool. We'll mix it with our cheddar cheese, and then our topping for our flatbread will be done. So here we are with our slightly cooled down onion and broccoli. Cheddar cheese goes into the mix, and while this looks like a lot, it's kind of fluffy up because of the way I grated it. I like a fine grate on it because it helps the cheese melt. And I'm just going to mix it together. It's going to end up being like 30–40% of the volume of the broccoli and onion that I've got in there. And I don't like, I like to keep it at that amount because I still like to taste that broccoli and onion. It's really, these flatbreads are as much about the vegetables as the cheese, and obviously there's no real sauce on them at all. So we're going to mix those together. This now becomes essentially our completed topping. The one thing you want to do is give it a taste for seasoning. And this one could use a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and we're good to go. Let's go ahead and top this up. I got my oven set at 450 and my pizza stone already in there. So I'm using a piece of lavish, which I'll just drizzle with a little bit of olive oil, spread it around, and then take our broccoli and cheddar concoction, a little bit of onions in there, and just kind of spread it around evenly. The cheese, as it melts, will kind of hold all those toppings on there, and then throw it into a like a 450-degree oven. Pizza stone is ideal. If you don't have one, you can use a sheet pan. Ideally, the heavier, the better. You want something that kind of carries heat. And it's only going to take about 7 or 8 minutes for the cheese to melt, toppings to meld together, and the bread to become crisp. 7 or 8 minutes in that oven. The flatbread cheese is melted. The crust is nice and crispy. Cut it up any way you want. I kind of like these irregular shapes. I think it's kind of cool, kind of fun. Why not? Woo! And you are going to absolutely love this broccoli and cheddar, the perfect combination flatbread pizza. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required. Holy cow, you made it to the end of the video. Hope you saw something you liked. Hope you tried this recipe. If so, throw something in the comments. Let me know how it turned out. And you know what? I put videos up every week, sometimes twice a week. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. Click this little button right here. It should be somewhere around my fingers. And you'll get updates when I post new videos. You can comment, you can enjoy, we can all learn to cook better. I'll see you next time.